The raw as it get, the real as it
yeah,
get.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm
We
saying?
in the building, man.
Yeah,
So,
fuck with you, man.
taking it from the top, man. AHumbleSoul. We checking back in live from Indianapolis right now. Got a brother in front of the camera who's an author, who's an artist, who's also somebody who served more than 20 years in prison, man. Wrongfully convicted, you know, and still fighting for his exoneration. You know, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, my brother.
How y'all doing? I'm Vernon T. Bateman from Gary, Indiana, and I'm out here in Indianapolis trying to save the world for real.
Oh,
Yes,
man. I had a chance to check out an art exhibit you had downtown, I believe, yesterday, and we in another spot right now. You preparing for another art exhibit.
Yes,
you know?
sir.
But before we get into all of that, man, like how you got into, you know, that creative side, you just take us back to Gary. You know, when I think of that, I think of like the Jackson 5. I'm more like familiar with it from the musical perspective, even with the rap, Freddie Gibbs, so on and so forth. But you personally, you know, take us back to the genesis, man. How was it for you coming up in Gary, bro?
I was rough, man. You know, gang life, projects, rats and roaches. You know what I'm saying? Surviving. Like just surviving, man. Growing up, my mother was the man of the house and everything else. Taught me how to be the man of the house. You know, single mother, raising 4 children. Yeah, like that. Yeah.
So no relationship with your father whatsoever?
Yeah, when I got older, he started tapping in as much as he can, but he was a Rolling Stone, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So what section of Gary we talking about that you came up in, or did you bounce around the city?
Well, I grew up first in Glen Park, and we moved to the Miller Projects when I was in kindergarten, so that's what kind of raised me. Yeah. That's what breathed me. The projects. This was like the littlest projects in Gary, Indiana. The only projects with no cable. So you had to be creative, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you had to be creative, and you had to, you know what I mean, just learn. And it was drugs and, you know, a whole lot of different things, gangs and affiliations and different things. But my mother was like putting me in a position to be around. That's what a man looked like, you know what I'm saying, in that nature. Yeah.
Man, so as a youngster, I know you said you had to be creative, but you, like, what was your personality and your interests like at that age? Were you a bad kid? Were you a, you know, more of a person that was into the books? You know, were you into sports? Like, what was it like for you?
Yeah, I was into sports, no books. I ain't, like, I was running from books. I ain't know how to read and write till I came to prison, you know what I'm saying? So that was like one of the things, and the first thing I learned how to read was literature. Was gang literature, and it was like, you know, and I understand the different concepts from Gangster Disciples to growth and development to the new concept. So I was like, okay, Gangster Disciple, that's what I'm thinking, you know, about the color and things like that. I want to wear blue, not red, and all this, like at the immature stages. And I understood the growth and development. No man, a woman, a boy, a girl should be ashamed to say they growing and developing. And that's why I wanted, whatever I do, I'm trying to do it in the light, not in the dark, you know.
No, that's 100. So before we even get into that, so you say you kind of more of in sports.
Yeah, basketball, yeah.
Basketball in particular. So were you like pretty cold, pretty talented?
Yeah,
like you had
good,
potential in it?
Yeah, I was good.
So
man.
Take us back. So from elementary, or you like around what age range we talking about?
Yeah, elementary. I was on the basketball teams in school and stuff like that.
And what positions we talking about?
Point guard, yeah.
Oh, you was leading it. Okay.
Yeah.
And what you averaging, man? Well, you say elementary, so you were a youngster at that time.
I was a shorty, man. It wasn't nothing to, like, you know what I'm saying? Nothing major, but I love the game. I love sports. I love the energy of the game and the competitive of it. You know, teaching my little cousin, and he went on and taught the game and played and got almost made professional till he hurt his knee and stuff. You know.
So education was never an interest, though. You say you had to teach yourself how to read and write incarcerated.
Well,
so
I can't put it all on me because the members, gang members, you know what I'm saying, I just thought it was red and blue and that was it, you know what I'm saying, and I'm GD type of thing. This is more than that, you know what I'm saying. You gotta really know its laws and policies, you know what I'm saying, to this thing, and it ain't in the structure to the degree that it's a difference from stealing and taking. You know what I'm saying? Men don't steal. You know what I'm saying? If you take something from a person, at least you gave them the opportunity. You know, and respect. You know, being respectful to others, make sure they respect you, and playing around and silly unnecessary confrontations and all that type of thing. You know, yeah, just being respectful and being a reflection to you, what the whole thing really mean within yourself. You know.
Around what age did you start experimenting with the gang life? And is Gary an area that's a hotbed for a variety of different gangs, or is it more so just GDs and VLs?
Nah, it's a variety of gangs. Even when I like first even went to the county jail, they asked you what gang, you know what I'm saying? They know to put you in the block with your
Affiliation.
your neighborhood or your what's going on. Because if they put you in another block, it could be like a death sentence, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But around what age we talking though, when you first got involved?
When I first got affiliated, I probably was like 10, you know, yeah. But that was before I learned the logistics of the game, before what I mean. At that time, it was like a bunch of fatherless children in the projects with no father figures. So we embraced ourselves, and it was, you know, anybody back in them days to call, we look at it far back beyond that. Any group of people is considered a gang, but that time, and showing and trying to impress different, you know what I'm saying, that type of level of people with no knowledge, being in a group with no knowledge, you don't know where you leading to, you know what I'm saying? So once I came to prison, man, they elevated me, and really, I learned the logistics of it, like what is this, you know what I'm saying? Now it's something that I can stand on. First, I was standing on something, and I was ashamed of it. Now I ain't ashamed of to say I'm growing and developing in the matter, you know.
Man, so 10 years old, was this an influence not just from the outside, like in your neighborhood? Was it already people in your family that was GD?
No, it was the neighborhood. My family wasn't that. My mama thorough as it get though, you know what I'm saying, but she's solid. It was more like my mama friends was my friends, you know what I'm saying? Cause I ain't really, and then just lack of schooling. And my mama was sending me to school, but I was a dirty kid. Shit, like I couldn't afford the finer things, you know what I'm saying? So I was skipping school. She did her part as much as she could, you know what I'm saying? But I was skipping school until I got the Jordans, I would go. If I ain't got the Jordans, I ain't going, you know what I'm saying? And she did her job, did the best she could, you know what I'm saying, to keep me in J's. But growing up, you know how it is, man. Then my mama got on drugs, so it got to that degree. And now our sisters and stuff, and you know what I'm saying? So it was just that, the element, the environment had changed, and the people that had the nice things was doing the bad things, you know what I'm saying? All the people that had good things was doing bad things, you know? Yeah.
So what age did you end up dropping out and just fully jumping into that world where, you know, it's a criminal lifestyle for you?
I say it wasn't like you dropped out of nothing. It was just like you outgrew the level of the stigma of being the statistic of what's happening. Black man, gang, affiliation, drugs, anything you got nice is because of this, you know what I'm saying? It's because of that. So for real, I surrender myself to God, and God will put you in a position to get on your knees, you know what I'm saying? And that's what happened to me. And that's what started my first book, Mommy, I Wanna Fly.
Oh, no, what I was referring to is like around what age did you say, man, I'm done focusing on school. I just want to focus on, you know, making some money, and it sounded like essentially gangbanging, you know, like seriously, you know, full-fledged. Or did you always kind of play the fence?
School wasn't even the option. School wasn't an option. I learned how to read and write in prison. So school wasn't ever an option for me. Because I didn't think you got to even have education to have anything, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I went to what you had to have, but I had to learn that the hard way. On lack of knowledge, you know, what you don't know will hurt you. And even when I came to prison, I wasn't writing letters back to people. I was drawing the things that I wanted from commissary and stuff like that to my family. So people helping me like that. Even the first time I went to prison, first time I went to jail, my mama probably don't remember this, but I remember she put a $65 book of food stamps on my books, you know what I'm saying? She gave it to the guard. The guard gave me like $45 for it or something like that. And it was on my books. And I'm like, man, I was so happy. Like, look, Mom, well, she like, yeah, but I'm going to tell you, I did that, but I need my money back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't going to make a bad hustle out you, you know what I'm saying? So that was, and honestly, like, I don't know, at that level, like I was making me be a man to find a way to survive in there, do what you got to do, you know what I'm saying?
So did you make it, you said education wasn't really an option, and so so where did you make it to grade-wise, like? In school, yeah. In
school, like 8th grade, 9th grade. Like I probably went to high school for about 2 weeks.
Then what's that life like? Never had a job or nothing? Just always in the trenches with it?
Yeah.
So how's your mom reacting to you not want to, finish school? Like, what's that relationship like with you and her around that time?
That level wasn't at an option. By that time, I was in prison. I was in prison since I was 18.
No, I'm saying, you said, but around like 9th grade in high school, though. So
yeah, I got locked up before. I got locked up too, again.
You got locked up at 9th grade?
Yeah, no, I got locked up when I was 15.
That was the first time when you said she put the food stamps, book of food?
Nah, that was juvenile.
Oh, okay.
They sent me to juvenile.
Oh, so you was already running into legal trouble way before the major sentence.
Yeah.
So, like, around what age did you first started getting into legal trouble, age-wise?
15.
15?
Yeah, I got locked up, for attempted murder on the police.
Do you mind, as much as you're comfortable reflecting on that situation, what happened?
They said I fit the description of shooting a police officer, and I had a black guy with braids and had a mask on.
And they just picked you out of everybody?
Yeah, picked me up.
Did you already have a reputation by that time, and they were targeting you, or did they?
I wouldn't say that. By that time, I was the minority. I was the average black man. So it was like anybody fit that description. I just found out the description came again, back around, you know what I mean, when I got out. Yeah. So
they arrested you for it, but you actually weren't convicted of that?
Yeah, I wasn't convicted. I did some time, and they let me, I had to get an attorney and got out, you know what I'm saying?
And what's that first time, like, going to, so this is juvenile?
Yeah, it's juvenile.
What's that experience like for you?
Nah, man. The isolation of it, and like they got boys' school and juvenile prison, you know what I'm saying? So this the time young men that's trying to still impress, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want to talk like they're adults, but don't nobody really want to handle responsibilities. But you could talk and all the slick talk and all that, but that one, so everybody was, in prison, juvenile, anywhere, people like war stories is glorified, you know what I'm saying? It's like a dog type of thing. So that's what people was doing, man. Glorifying, and you know what I'm saying? So that was the level. You had people stealing cars, juveniles stealing cars and stuff. Now they got Kia boys and all that out here, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that type of thing.
Yeah, but it wasn't too hard for you to adjust, aside from the isolation?
Them emotions at that young of age, you want to believe in love. You at your growing into your body, and you know what I'm saying. So it was just understanding, and I come from poverty, man. I struggled before I came to prison. You know what I'm saying? My family struggled before I came to prison. So the struggle I was always familiar with, struggling. You know what I'm saying? Surviving. Man, I had good days. I had, you know, it's always the mindset that create the day that you're in. It's the mindset. It ain't really the body. And that's what I learned more when I got deeper incarceration and been isolated that long. You know?
Yeah. Now, that's 100, man. Yeah, I don't think I even got you to paint that picture. I know you said it was a situation where your mom couldn't really afford the nice clothes or the nice shoes and things like that for you. Okay. You know, y'all were struggling. When you mentioned food stamps, so government assistance, but like day to day, like household living wise, you said in the projects, but you still had a roof over your head per se, but you living in an environment that's low income. I don't know if it's crime ridden. You mentioned the gang element. But
I saw dead bodies, everybody. Yeah, that was like a norm for a minute because it's property and people not leveled to, like, I don't know, they ain't using their head for that. People using their head to survive, you know. And the way that they know about survive is the quick thrill, you know what I'm saying? Not nothing to contemplate, to understand the consequences because they realize that now it's the hunger. I'm hungry. That's like a universal language. People hungry, you know. And sometimes people be in positions if you can't feed them, you can't tell them how to eat, you know.
That's 100, man. So, do you mind sharing with the viewers the situation that led to you serving 26 years in prison?
Yeah, they accused me of rape, man. Said I fit the description. And after I got out when I was 15 or whatever, they accused me for a murder. And they locked me up for 72 hours. They released me on that. And come to find out, the person that they accused me of murdering, his mother was responsible for the rape kit and the DNA in my case, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's why I never had the opportunity to have a fair trial. Yeah, and I got the paperwork, the obituary, and everything to show, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I have wrote an email or what I have to you, though. Yeah.
Hold on, so I want to make sure I understood you correctly. The victim's mom of the murder was the person who was responsible for the DNA and the rape?
Yeah, in my case. So people try to sweep this part of the knowledge under the rug, and I get reflect this on my attorneys and all this, but I don't know, people always sweep it under the rug. But the people want to know what's happening, who. If I say you locked, if it was a time, bro, I went to prison, and I'm locked up for rape. I thought I was the only person in prison for rape. This was before technology. I went to prison before cameras, you know what I'm saying? So I'm learning, struggling how to read. So I'm like, damn, how is this even possible, you know what I'm saying? So people was reading my case and helping me. So that's why I was like, man, I gotta salute some of the members, even vice lords, GDs, like Latin Kings, Aryan brothers, like everybody was really pitching in to help me because they knew justice, you know what I'm saying? And I was the hope for everybody, man, because people really felt like I never knew I was gonna go through this long. I remember I called a Murray show when I was more younger to get I'm hearing the DNA, and I called a Murray show while I was in prison to get a DNA test. You know what I'm saying? They was directing me to the Innocent Project, like this is a different type of DNA. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So. This dude, mother, the one that signed for the rape kit, you know what I'm saying? So if it come disappear before my trial, I go to trial with no rape kit, no victim or no doctor. So I'm going against the detective, you know what I'm saying? And the prosecutor. And don't even have education and knowledge to even know how to read transcripts of material, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Dude, hold on, man. So did you know the actual, you mentioned the mom, but who is the actual alleged victim?
It's a guy named...
No, rape victim.
Oh, no, I didn't know this woman. Her name was Angela Truitt, though.
And just out the blue,
they said the woman, the detective, went to her house and said, this is the guy that raped you. Can you identify him? That was enough to send me back to prison. That was enough to send me to prison.
Damn. But it's right after the murder, they arrest you for the murder. Then you already got prior stuff on your jacket.
Yeah. And I didn't have nothing on. Like, this is my only felony. So I never had no charge or nothing, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Because
so
everything been clear. Yeah, even my juvenile record, I never had nothing. I was just, you know how you be at the wrong place, wrong time type of thing. You fit the description because you out here. As long as we get a description, it's good. And they figured it out. Like, dude, that ain't him. I'm just because I'm listening to music and rapping and saying I'm affiliation with this type of organization, whatever. That didn't mean that I did no acts. You know what I'm saying? But that's how they took it, because that was enough. You black being affiliated, that's good enough to be guilty, you know what I'm saying? But all in all, if y'all come through and see the details of DNA and all this, you'll see like you got the wrong guy.
Man, being transparent, did you have like a label on you like you was a menace to society before everything took place?
Yeah. With the police situation, yeah.
But that's an individual, that's like one isolated incident though.
Yeah, but it affect because the neighborhood, man. Every day in the neighborhood, I'm in the most poverty neighborhood in the city, you know what I'm saying? So every day it's a crime being made in this neighborhood. But we need a victim for each crime. We need a perpetrator for each crime, you know what I'm saying? Oh, my fault.
No, yeah, I'm just.
Yeah.
You said you need a perpetrator for each crime.
Yeah, you need a person for each crime. Every day in this neighborhood, it's a crime go be made. It's just how it is. That's poverty, man.
Man, so after that, so you took it to trial.
Yeah.
How long does the trial last?
To my reflection, I believe the trial my trial, it got continued till they found the victim, because the woman never came to court. So they continued it until they found her, and they brought her to court, and she was like, yeah, that's the guy that raped me, you know what I'm saying? And then later, while I was in there, I went on hunger strike, and I did everything I could to shake trees and to get out of prison. And she came forward, and like, that ain't the guy that raped me, you know? Y'all forced me to say, and that's the man that raped me. So we used, they said they lost the tape that she said that, her confession, but I got it all in Washington. I still got the video. Then she was like, well, y'all told me that man DNA match, you know what I'm saying? And all the time they destroy her rape kit too. I didn't have a rape kit before my trial. I went to trial with no rape kit. It was like I was in the 40s or something, 1940s.
I don't understand how they could convict. So she was an actual rape victim.
Actually, I don't know, because
regardless. Yeah,
I don't know.
Because you said they destroyed her rape kit.
Yeah, but I got the medical records. I don't know, bro. Sent you the medical record.
Nah.
I get it to you.
Nah, yeah, but I'm just, I don't understand how they can convict you if they don't have any real, true evidence.
Yeah, and they said that it was 3 perpetrators, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, it was like a gang rape.
Yeah, they said it was 3 perpetrators. So one guy admitted to the case, kind of whatever, and he let it be known that this detective is making me a part of the situation, you know? But then the other guy, she said, ejaculated inside her. They let him go. He never did a day in prison. But if you destroy all the rape kit, you can get whoever you want. You know what I'm saying?
Did you know the other 2 guys?
I knew of them, not like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like day to day or?
Yeah, I just knew of them.
Man, so what's that day like?
Actually, I got. My fault.
No, you say actually you got.
Yeah, actually, I got paperwork of one of the guys made a statement because he was had salty feelings towards me. Yeah, he said I shot his cousin in the butt. Yeah.
So you was in, you was out.
Give it to you.
Yeah, you was out there then, man.
Yeah.
Like for real, like. Yeah. So before, like around this time, before you went away, had you been a victim of any? Because if we fast forward, you know, like this book right here, Bullets Could Cry. But I just want to just take a step back. Were you personally affected by gun violence coming up, like in front and behind the gun? You know?
Yeah, I've been on both ends. I've been on both ends of the gun, so I can really reflect though. You know what I'm saying? It's 2 losses though too. it ain't just one loss, you know what I'm saying? It's a loss that if you, when you take the person that you targeting, that you trying to take out, you go take out all the people that love you as well. Whatever dreams you had, it's gonna affect them too, you know.
So have you been shot before?
No.
Oh, just been shot at?
Yeah.
Okay, because you said you've been on both sides, so yeah. So you've been the one who's been on, the target and been targeting people. Okay.
Yeah.
But
in a different manner, but not like harm. You know what I'm saying? I never like shot nobody. Yeah.
Nah, for sure. But I want to. So man, going back to this unforgettable day when they hand down that sentence, like what's that actual whole? If you can remember, like that entire day, what was that like, man? When you got the verdict?
When I got sentenced the first day.
Yeah, when you got sentenced, man, for the rape.
Oh man, I was like, I couldn't believe it, man. I like just with my mother, she was alive at the time, you know, and my daughter was in her mother's stomach. So I'm thinking that I could have a life and about to be a father for the first time with her, and I was like so emotional, man. It took so much out of me, but and I don't know, man. That was so hard, man. I couldn't believe it because that's when I lost all faith in God. Yeah.
And they sentenced you to
30 years. You know, 30 years twice and 10 years, something like consecutive and ran and concurrent. Yeah. So I was facing over like 120 years. But they told me I could have took a plea for like 2 years, you know. And I didn't take it. I'm not guilty for no rape, man. Not rape, man. You could do anything, you know. You could try to, but not rape, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, not rape. Rape is like the worst, man. That's something I stand against, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Man, prior to that, had you known anybody that was affected by or had been raped, you know?
I don't know, man. Like, I just know different degrees of it now, but it's prior. Like, I didn't saw so much in projects, man. Growing up, man, it's so much, man, that the innocent eyes should never see, you know.
Yeah.
Even in prison, like, you know what I'm saying. You see different dimensions in prison.
You've witnessed it in prison too?
Oh yeah.
Man, so you say your lady at the time, the mother of your child is there. I would imagine your family's there. You 17 at the time.
Yeah.
You get sentenced, so you know.
I was 18.
Oh, you're 18 years old.
Yeah.
So you receive more years than how long you've been alive at that point.
Yeah.
And then where they ship you off to first, you know?
They sent me to the county jail. As soon as you step foot in the county jail, like I was telling you, they ask you if you're affiliated and everything. Then you now once you get on the block in the county jail, they ask you what part of gear you from and all this. Then they say they got a thing in prison. In county jail that you gotta fight the whole dorm. You gotta fight the whole block. Yeah, because at this time, you wonder why is this and all this type of thing. But it's guys that go to court from different sections, and it's so different affiliations and neighborhoods that been fighting against each other. So me and you was to go we on the same block, and we was to go in a bullpen to go to court, and you might be beefing with somebody, you get jumped on, and me and you got to go back. I got to be able to have heart to help you and support, you know what I'm saying? So the only way to know this, if you fight everybody in a dorm, and it's like 50 or 60 some people, you got to fight, you know what I'm saying? But you do have an option that you can not fight and you can leave, you know.
And what did you end up doing?
I ended up fighting the whole dorm.
How did that turn out for you?
The next morning, they brought me my breakfast because I couldn't move, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You couldn't move?
Yeah, I couldn't move my body.
Damn, man. You know broken bones or nothing?
I don't know.
Yeah, I remember back then, that was a long time ago. So yeah. And you said you couldn't move, but you survived. I'm crazy. It's crazy to know like they ain't come in and stop it or nothing like that. Or was it just like a time limit?
Everybody in jail is calculated. They steps and everybody is calculated. So if the police come and do count time, walk past, they gonna know the next time she come back. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't that know the next time the guard come back. Yeah.
Man. And even with your affiliation, they still allowed that to happen. I'm sure it was other members.
They want to. The whole that's who you fight.
Oh, you fighting your own people?
Yeah, before they can see if you got heart. Just
Damn.
At this time, the concept was Gangster Disciples. It wasn't growth and development.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was growth and development, but this stigma of Gangster Disciple was stuck on a lot of OGs, they call them, you know what I'm saying? But you don't get OGs no more for your ages on what you know. Yeah.
Man, so how long were you in the county before you actually went to prison?
I think I was in the county for like, I don't know, probably 13 or 15 months or something like that.
Sure. And they shipped you, and where did you end up going to prison? What prison did you
I went to RDC, then I went to Pendleton prison. Yeah, Pendleton was like a max prison.
And that's a major adjustment, or you pretty much like, were you already like known to the point where you were embraced and it was a smooth ride for you, or you had to start all over?
Yeah, it wasn't no smooth ride at all. Yeah, like I said, like I ain't, everybody, like I thought I was the only person in prison for rape, you know what I'm saying? People will lie about their situation and say they locked up for this or locked up for that, and show paperwork. I mean, won't show their paperwork, and then this was before technology. Because now you can say your name and I can have a person, hey, look dude up, see if he this, that, and third. He in here saying he did, you know what I'm saying? So now that's different. So back then, anybody could say they did anything, you know what I'm saying? And back then, the cool thing, like I say, they glorify hurting people, murders, and all that type of thing. So that's what, you know.
And I'm thinking, I've heard just on the outside looking in, when somebody has a charge like child molestation or, you know, sexual assault, like something like that, rape, then you can't like stay on that main line in general population. You got to PC up, or they gonna stab you up, so on and so forth. Like it's hard for a person with that type of jacket. How was it for you? Although you said you was wrongfully convicted, how was that for you? Because you still got convicted of that charge and sentenced for that. Yeah,
but it depends on the character and the conduct that people go observe you. You know, like if you could say you're a killer. I mean, I didn't did it with like I didn't been in the. You could say you're a killer, you whatever. It's gonna see. We'll see it. It'll come out. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how to say. Like people got a different instinct in prison. Like their instincts is almost like animals on characteristics of behavior in people. You see what I'm saying? Because people really study people, like body language and everything. But you can see, like me, I feel your intentions. I know you're a good guy. You know what I'm saying?
You can feel that.
Yeah, I can feel you're a good guy. Yeah. Some people like wear masks, so many masks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But so you say people can like tell that you were in there for something you didn't do. They could feel out that you was a good dude, a solid guy.
No, you got options. It's so many back in the day, and then it's revolutionaries. You know, I came to prison in the beginning of like in the 90s, the late 90s. You know what I'm saying? So in '98, so it's like it's revolutionaries. That was guys that was in there since the '70s. Then there's guys that was in the 80s. There's guys that was, you know what I'm saying, that really believe in something. Now you don't never gotta watch your back. You a piece.
Oh, you know.
This is a place of peace right here.
Yeah, for sure.
You're in the
for
sky.
Sure, for sure. No, you said, you know, I was just curious, man, how that adjustment was for you with that type of charge. Because like I said, on the outside looking in.
It's going to come, people go test everything. You could come in with 20 murders. You go get tested. You could come in with one murder. You come in with child molestation. You go get whatever it is, you go get tested. But it's going to see on how you fight for yourself. People going to sit back and observe how you fight for yourself. I was studying and trying to study. I'm studying to fight and don't even know how to read. You see what I'm saying? That was a different feeling. I was trying to hide that from so many people. I was so ashamed of that, you know what I mean? Yeah, I was really ashamed not knowing how to read, bro. That's like, I thought I could really get past life without knowing how to read, you know what I'm saying?
That's like core.
Yeah.
Reading, writing, math.
Right, but just imagine, that's like a whole different language, a whole different knowledge, a whole different mindset. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different ideology to even, that's like you going to China, Japan, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's like you going over there and just, you feel me? You can't communicate.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And this is before technology, like you said, before all of that. So there's no cheat codes.
Yeah, so so the guys and stuff, even the gang members was giving me, certain things you got to know to say you before you say I'm this. You can't say it, man, I'm a gangster, I'm a GD, I'm this, and don't know the literature. So that's why I acknowledge Larry Hoover that so hard. Because he put an old concept out, and it was Gangster Disciples, and that's what the stigma everybody stuck on. But he put a new concept out called growth and development, and I read it like the new concept like it was a Bible, you know what I'm saying? Because it installed hope and knowledge in me and structure of a character. Man, you want to be in a reflection. He apologized to the people for making them gangsters. He apologized in knowledge through knowledge. But who else can express that? The only way you can express that is through your behavior and through your actions. So that's why what all this came about. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it was strict. It was strict that the guys was, man, look, bro, you gotta give it. The guys was giving me spelling tests and stuff. Tell me how to spell this, and tell me what this means to you. Get the definition of this. That. I hated it. I had a guy, man, and I love this dude today. I really thank God for him for even telling me, man. This dude. I finally had a female, right, and she write me letters. My daughter mother used to write me letters and stuff, and I only used to write GD and love. Oh, that's it, GD, I love you, and send Melody and send it to her. She like, man, I want a real letter. So all right, I'm gonna write you a real letter, but didn't know. So, but I was having other people to write me letters and send it to her. You know what I'm saying? So she like, why your handwriting so different? And why this, that? I just draw pictures and stuff like that. But she ended up passing away or whatever sometime. And my buddy turned me on to this one girl or whatever. And my buddy Bulldog, his name was Bulldog. I named him Bulldog in prison. Solid as a kid. He from Flint, Michigan. And he hooked me, and this girl's like, man, I want you to write me a letter. She's like, I wrote you, why you didn't write me back? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, shit, didn't know how to tell her. I don't know how to read or write shit, you know what I'm saying? So I used to have people write letters and write a letter. She's like, I love the letter, thank you. When she came to see me, she's like, you don't act nothing like the letter, you know, dudes in prison can't wait to write a letter, you know what I'm saying? So my guy, his name was 187. He said, look, don't nobody write no letter for Lil Vern no more. I don't care, don't nobody in here write. And I hated him so bad for that, man. I felt like, what? I'm about to lose my girl, I'm about to do this. But that helped me so much, you know what I'm saying? In the long run. Yeah, in the long run, because now, look at me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got multiple books. It helped me, man. It helped me, like, key in and study different philosophers and stuff and different people that, like, really was trying to make a change in the world to the degree that they affect. And just really, Larry Hoover was one of the major people that affected me in the knowledge because of what he going through. And he's still trying to educate the people to that degree without no ill intentions, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, that black man's strong, you know. The man really want life, man. and people took something that was it was bad at first. You know, that was the concept. It was bad at first. Being a gangster disciple, that's something bad, man. That's something that you don't want to say in the light. But being a man and a gentleman, that's something that you're proud of. You know what I'm saying? That's something that it take. That's like the highest level of structure, individual that I believe that you can be as a gentleman. You know, open the door for a woman, pull out the chair, like be a gentleman. And he demonstrated that in the highest level of degree that he could to pass it off. And a person don't take it and tarnish it and probably play the image but sell drugs at the level of whatever. But he really demonstrating in the light. So that's how he trying to come, and that's how he trying to come out. But it gotta first be in your heart, you know.
So you said overall you respected it though and understood his stance.
Just want life and he want freedom.
And he been locked up for so many decades, man.
If it's something to the point that if something you do affect me, why don't you? It's gonna hurt me. Yeah, I don't want to be around it. I respect it.
Yeah.
I watch the company I keep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could talk to the goons and the goblins. I'm like raised by the boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? And like the people lock their door at night. These the dudes that like prayed with me and fed me and stuff. So that's why it's safety tips in the back of my children's books. Like kids need these books because I know what to prevent the next thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Man, I want to veer off a second. You mentioned that, you know, the mother of your child passed away.
Yeah.
This is after I guess she had your daughter.
Yeah.
She was killed by a drunk driver.
Yeah.
Do you mind, like, talking about that situation?
Actually, like, I was so radical young that a lot of people didn't even give me the knowledge of what really happened in detail because people was trying to think for me. Oh, if we tell him this, it'll respond. He'll probably never get out of there. So to this day, it took so long for me to get out of prison. So I had to chase the story down to really what happened to her, and I really can't say. I can only give you what I know, you know, or what someone told me.
But the core is she was killed, by car accident or?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. God bless her, man.
Appreciate that, bro.
So you had to, I guess, play the single father role from behind bars.
Yeah, and it's more too, man. I don't know, bro, told you more, but I got so much.
I mean, man, the floor is yours, man.
Yeah, I tried to raise my daughter from this level to educate her through children's books, and now, like, since I've been in prison that long, you know, my daughter, she's 26 now, you know, and it was another situation happened while I was in prison, on lockup and stuff, yeah.
What was that?
That, with a prison guard, and the guard just filed child support on me. Oh, okay. So you got multiple kids. No, not much, just two now, legitimate, 2 kids.
Oh, a couple kids. 2, yeah. He said, don't make it bigger, make it more than what it is. Yeah,
Just got a child with a prison guard.
You know, you hear about people say, okay, a CEO will do this or a CEO will do that, but I don't know how much that's rooted in reality, or you got to compensate them. How did that relationship come about with the prison guard?
I was on lockup, and like I did almost 13 years on lockup. You know.
Damn.
Yeah.
In lockup, that's like the whole or solitary confinement.
The whole solitary confinement. You don't know if it's night or day.
For 13 years.
Yeah.
For what?
There was no write-ups. I never had like write-ups stuff challenge me or fight me, just like the influence of prison. You know.
Damn. For 13 years, and over that time you developed a relationship with the prison guard?
Yeah. And I really don't really want to reflect on it because it's a court situation.
For sure, respect.
But it was, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
No, definitely. But but yeah, man. So your father, two girls, or
Yeah.
okay, and he also a grandfather.
Yeah,
from what I
yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said because I guess your oldest is you said 26.
Yeah.
Okay, nah, man. Shout out to them, man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll veer off on that,
Nah,
man.
that's
But
all
I
good. Whatever.
understand that you were somebody who was respected, man. I saw pictures of you like rocking Jordans
Yeah.
and locked up. I don't really hear that a lot. I saw pictures of people had they tattoos of your name on them,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, to free you and stuff like that. Like, where did that reputation come from, man, while you was behind bars?
Jordan's that situation was it was a guy that asked me like whatever I wanted, he was gonna get it to me. He liked the way I carried myself and everything when I was young and stuff, and he like, man, I just like the way you carry yourself. Whatever you want, I'll get you. And this time I'm still kind of believing Christmases and shit like that. I was still young, so he like, man, you he said, you give me a list and I'm gonna give you whatever you want, man. I put some Jordans, I put certain things on there, I put this. But the dude, I asked the guys and stuff like, man, what's up with dude, man? He bringing me these Jordans, and is it gay or something?
Yeah,
you know
the ulterior motive.
Yeah, what's the deal with this dude? You know what I'm saying? So he brought it all to me, man, brand new in a box, everything. You know what I'm saying? So he asked me like, I kept bugging him like, man, what's up with that, man? How you do that, man? He said, if I tell you, you know, you won't believe me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, shit, I don't care, I want to know, you know, just tell me. He said, if I tell you, you'll look at me different. I said, man, nah, man, tell me what's going on. What's going on? Come to find out, he killed his family. Yeah, he killed his family and he hid their heads. So he knew he wasn't getting out, but he could get a list of whatever he want, and the family want their heads. So and the Jordans was one of the things on the list, you know what I'm saying? So he'll go to California and, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And I always wondered how he kept coming back in, you know what I'm saying? But that's how that came about, the Jordan thing.
You said he hid their heads?
Yeah, so the family wanted a proper burial, but he knew that, you know, that's his way of getting out to travel to get what they want. Yeah.
And this dude was super cool with you.
So yeah, so
He decapitated some people.
yeah, it's so many people like that. That's what I'm telling you, man. It's a lot of, yeah. It's just the whole nature of people, like, and I don't know what happened to his mindset to put him in that degree to do that to other people, but these the people that I'm living under and living around, you know, at a degrees that me educating and learning myself and studying self too, you know. So that's why the literature of the principles and knowledge that Hoover did put down, that like structured me as the character of a man, and I knew like in the end studying God work too, you know, and being in a position where I could be humble enough to ask him to surrender my heart to him.
Yeah.
And I don't really got a religion, man. I just, because I locked in with Muslims, Christians, you know what I'm saying? I just do what I can, you know.
But so it took the incarceration, because you said when you got sentenced that you kind of lost faith.
Mm-hmm.
So while you were locked up, it came back around?
Yeah.
Was it a particular situation, or is just who you were associating with? They had strong beliefs?
No. It came back around when I was in the hole in the shoe, when I went to the shoe. And that was like 2010. And I was so bitter, man, fighting my case and not coming out, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it seemed like there's nothing I could do to get out of here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't even understand it, bro. Like I couldn't, because I'm still like, okay, DNA, this happened and this, like, why? Then the woman recanted her statement and I still didn't understand why the fuck I'm not out of prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still, like, don't understand it, bro. So I got better, you know what I mean? I turned bitter, bro, and like I was mad. Like I wasn't all the ways this humble man and everything. I really allowed God to come in my heart and to strip all the malice from my heart, bro. And like I just want to be in a level now to heal and forgive, and I believe I possess the power to heal. You know what I'm saying? So I want to do it the best way I can, the best way I can articulate myself to whatever pain I ever caused on a person. I want to be able to heal it, you know what I'm saying?
You know, that's 100, man.
Yeah.
Give us an overview and let us know how you actually got into like art and writing children's books while you were incarcerated, because you said before everything happened you was full-fledged like out in the streets, so it don't sound like you was dedicating any time to that then. So what led to that transition while you was incarcerated?
I was in the hole, man, and I think at this time I think I did 18 months straight in the hole. In the hole, this one was difficult too. And that's where, like, I still was desiring. I never been out of prison at all at this time. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know, imagining different things. And people in that stage and state of mind and hell back there, man, you don't know if it's night or day. So most of the people back there is on medication to a high level that they like zombies, you know what I'm saying? And they fiend for the medication. They can't wait till the nurse lady come by with the pills. They fiend for some form of escape.
That's the escape, yeah.
Yeah, reality, you know. And they had ended up making a mistake and putting me in I was in the hole, but now they put me in a camera cell situation. Well, it was the only thing you get is your underwear, you know. Yeah, because they said I threw feces on the officer. So it's a guy named Vernon Beacom, and my name Vernon Bateman, and they thought it was me, you know what I'm saying? So they put me in the camera cell, and that's what really like tapped in. That's what, after that, I was like, I could have shifted all the way better, and I really just like let God work from there, man.
Man, you right. I would imagine that can lead certain people to take a suicide approach.
Yeah, I was on the range for like it was like 16 of us, and only 4 of us didn't kill ourselves. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But y'all actually interacting regularly while y'all in the shoe.
Yeah, you can holler at another person, but I don't see you or nothing, you know what I'm saying?
Man. And y'all never get no time out to, or how does that work?
You supposed to get an hour out your cell, but if a person come in your like 4 in the morning and it's like, you want record shower, that way they ask, it's gonna be so whispering that it's easy for them not to let you out your cell. Then you come out, and you gotta have a dog leash on, you gotta have shackles on your ankles, you gotta have, what's the name? Like I just recently, bro, I can show you my ankles, bro.
Take your time, man.
Yeah, I can show you my ankles, bro. I got like chain shit on my ankles.
It's like slavery, man. That's crazy, man. Well, I don't want to dwell too much into go into a dark spot, man. I just was curious how you got into writing the books, you know.
Yeah,
but
that's all good. It's therapeutic, even politicking with you about it, you know what I mean?
You let the viewers know the first book you put together, man. First children's book. You got a list of them, man.
Yeah, this the first book I wrote. Mommy, I Wanna Fly. Mommy, I Wanna Fly. I did it, man, in a position you wouldn't believe, for real. I first did it in the cells on the wall to keep my sanity. It'd be to a point that you like, you know, you fight for your freedom, but then you be like, you know what, fuck freedom. Yeah, you say fuck freedom. You know what I'm saying? It's like that ain't even an option no more. You just want your sanity. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody losing their sanity. it ain't even, that's secondary right now. I just want to be, so this like really helped me became human, you know what I mean? Made me have emotions and made me feel. Even now, the conditions I'm under, man, it's like unheard of. You wouldn't believe it, you know? Like, I'm under such severe stipulations that if I tell a person I love them outside of my family, that's like a violation, you know?
Damn.
If I tell if I kiss a woman or anything, that's like a violation. Yeah. And they give me a polygraph test to make sure I'm not having sex with women and everything, you know?
Damn.
Yeah, they look at me a whole different way.
Is that even, have you did any
It's
research?
unhumane, man. It's unhumane, bro. You can't treat nobody like that, man.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Yeah, man. Is that like the norm for people who have that type of charge?
I don't know, man. And most of these dudes, man, got more leverage than me, bro. They as guilty, so they treat them as guilty. I'm not guilty, so they treat me. They want me to have the concept and mindset as a guilty person, you know. The average people, they got the charge, bro. They catching a bus, they are walking, they you know what I'm saying? They doing I'm trying to save lives, bro. God gave me the opportunity, like, that's why a lot of people, they gonna pay you. God said, bro, if you wait for man, don't wait for me. You know what I'm saying? Then it ain't, people think it's easy to write children books, bro. God talked to me like me and you talking, and he said, like, to mislead one child is worse than killing 10, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta be strategic, and I can't just be like put a concept in their head that they ain't really authentic to with salvation in it. I can't get them no green eggs and ham. I gotta get them the real deal, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that was your first novel, or first children's book.
This is my first one, man, and it's dealing with moral principles and values as well as child safety.
Yeah.
And then singing along jingles in the book too as well.
You said some tips in the back, huh?
Yeah, safety tips in the back, man.
Okay.
Yeah, it's real slick. Then after I did this book, I did my second book called They Can't Hurt Me No More. They Can't Hurt Me No More. It's dealing with bullying, gangs, and suicide for children. Yeah, I touched the issues that like really nobody really want to touch, and the real deal things like. I got poetry inside here too. I'm gonna read one to you if that's okay.
I'll do your thing, man.
This called Come Inside My Janitor Closet. The little dude, Jamarcus Bell, this is based on a true story. He committed suicide, but he kept trying to go in the janitor closet to get away and escape the thing. So I think everybody got a janitor closet, you know what I'm saying? Everybody try to form an escape. So I'm gonna read it to you. I said, I believe in some form or fashion everyone should experience and discover the magnitude of solitude to the degree that it strengthens their individuality to understand self-determination. If this world was made without numbers, scores, or measurements, then maybe we wouldn't have the ability to overcome and succeed, to even be considered first or last. The element of the temperature from the climate of the measurement of struggles would be cold but yet still burn. I sense the velocity of the air we breathe this very moment to distinguish yourself from thee. I urge you to not deny your perception of emotion or the influence that withheld in your heart to decipher good or bad. Shame should live in you but not out you. Webster's terminology of freedom is the state of being free of constraints. Now you calculate the steps you took outside yourself, that you surrendered to someone who persuaded your mind to walk behind who you really are. It's uncommon how truth reveals your shadow and greed reveals your truth.
Truth reveals. Say that last part one more time.
It's uncommon how truth reveals your shadow and greed reveals your truth.
Can you break that part down, man, for the viewers, man?
Yes, meaning like I'm gonna go from the beginning. Webster terminology of freedom is the state of being free of constraints. Most of people going off Webster, to me, like Webster was racist. But now you calculate the steps you took outside of yourself, that you surrendered to someone who persuaded your mind to walk behind who you really are, because people are so easily influenced by different things, and they don't feel their intuition to feel if this person is who he say he is or this person is that. So I'm gonna use how personally, like it's a feeling I get. Sometimes your feeling might be true, but you can listen within, you know. But when you get your whole, you never had a chance to have your own influence. So it's uncommon how truth reveals your shadow and greed reveals your truth. Because some people are so greedy, bro, that sometimes I don't trust a person, but I trust their greed, you know.
That's powerful, man. Just ask you to get, because that part, that caught my ear when you said that, man. Just to reflect on that. And how, when you releasing these while you incarcerated, how's the response? Or are you even getting the feedback? Are you allowed to?
Actually, my first book signing was on lockup. Like every book I done came from lockup in different dimensions, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was on lockup and this was dropped. I was on lockup when this one dropped. I was on lockup when this one. I was on lockup during COVID. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, so that's inspired by the pandemic?
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that one?
Yeah. Actually, these people like put me back in prison in 16 days, got in a car accident, went back to prison in 16 days, man. It was so crazy, man. They tried to overdo me, man, bury me inside of prison. Okay, I had a prison guard that was driving me, taking me from A to B. At this time, I knew more people in prison than on the street, you know what I'm saying? So for me, even to be in another unapproved relationship, you know what I'm saying, they violate me. So it was a prison guard. It was an unapproved relationship with a prison guard. And they violated me, so they sent me back to prison. But when they sent me back, the parole dude, I remember the parole board told me, didn't I tell you I was going to have you on a short leash? You know what I'm saying? Like, this a white man telling me this, bro. Like, it burned my heart to even not respond and stay in character, to let this, you know what I'm saying, to let this white man talk to me like a slave, bro. Like, didn't I tell you I was gonna have you on a short leash? I told you that, you know. So in the process of that, with them 16 days during COVID-19, bro, I only was out the year 2020. I was only out 16 days in a car accident. As soon as I got in a car accident, parole jump out and put cuffs on me and send me back to prison. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just like that, bro.
And you weren't even driving?
I'm driving.
They said you was in
a passenger seat. Yeah.
No, I'm saying a relationship again. You said
that was it. Unapproved relationship.
So they ended up letting you out from originally in 2020.
Yeah.
And you went away in the late 90s.
1998.
So what led to them releasing you the first time? Was it parole?
No, the first time I got out, it was 2013.
Oh, okay.
It was 2013. I did 30, you could do half your time, do 15.
Okay.
So I did 30, do 15. I did the whole 15 straight.
Okay.
So I got out, and then they sent me back to prison.
In 2020?
No, they sent me back to prison in 2015 for 5 years, because they said I had beer in my refrigerator. Never been open. I did 5 years, 5.5 years. And in that 5.5 years, I did 4 years in the hole.
For a beer in your refrigerator that wasn't open?
Wasn't open.
What does beer have to do with your charge, man?
Nothing, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Only spirit that's really taking me through this God, bro.
They violated you for beer.
Yeah. So I wanted to reflect, because I sat there and listened to that white man tell me that, bro. And I know, bro, that it burned me up to not verbally respond to this white man the way I'm supposed to. So I gave him the best way I know with God's spirit, and I respond to him in a book. Because it was a person that did believe in me on the board. that because you got the parole, you get like 5 people to vote. I had one person to vote for me to say, yes, I believe in you, you know what I'm saying? She was like the head lady. So her name was Miss Goff. So I said, I dedicate my action to the last words you spoke to me. Your words shocked me because I feel you do believe in me. Your words touch me to understand self-worth. I thank God for you. People will be surprised what all a black man can accomplish with such short rope around his neck. Yeah, that's when I dropped COVID, man, when the streets was clear. You know what I'm saying? Nobody.
How did that one? Yeah, how did that one do perform?
This did good for me, but I did it, man, and you won't believe the conditions I was in while I did this book. Imagine, bro, like I'm in the hole at the time. They put me back in the hole. Every time I go to the prison, they send me to the hole. You'd think you're like, what a write-up at? No write-ups, bro. So they send me to the hole just off my name. I go to the hole, and they put me in the hole with another man. I'm in the hole with another man, and they take the sink. There's no toilet, you know what I'm saying? And they put a dog inside the cell with us, you know what I'm saying?
A dog?
Yeah, a dog.
During COVID?
During COVID.
They put you in a cell with another man, took away any way that you can clean your hands, use the restroom.
No sanitation, no
nothing, sanitation,
bro.
yeah.
And they put a dog inside this room, bro. It's the way that they set it up, thinking a dog could be there. Just big grown dog, bro. Ain't nobody. Bro, this is so, it's just so humane. But in the process of it all, bro, that's when I pushed out this, you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Actually, I pushed 3 books out. I dropped 3 books in one time. I dropped 3 books in 1 year, bro. All 3 of these books. Oprah Winfrey. It's called Oprah Winfrey.
Can you hold that one up?
Yeah. Oprah Winfrey, The Hope to Win My Freedom. The dimension of this, man, is so slick, man. Like, it's so, I'm trying to lift our people, bro. Sometimes it take a person, though, bro, to come out the fire, to pull others out the fire, you know what I'm saying? Because you want to relate, you know what I'm saying? So the vulnerability that I give, the way I want, you know, when we used to listen to Tupac, bro, I don't know if you feel like you know Tupac, you know what I'm saying? I want you to feel like you know me when you read my work, you know what I'm saying? I want to give it all to you, bro. I'm who I say I am in the dark or the light, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I want to come. But yeah, this a powerful book, man.
What is that? Let them know what that focuses on.
It's Oprah Winfrey, and it's the hope to win my freedom. If you see the cover of the book, it's a mice in a bucket full of water. And this was a true experience from scientists. It's a true story. Scientists put a bunch of mice inside a bucket full of water and put it in a dark closet. And how long you think the mouse swim before it drown?
I don't know.
Give me a guess.
You saying a dark?
Put a mice full of water in a bucket, in my bucket full of water, and put a lid on top and put it in a dark closet. How long you think the mouse swim before it drown?
5 minutes.
Okay, 3 minutes. They did this over 1,000 mouse, and all of the mouse swam and drowned in exactly 3 minutes. They took a safety pin, did the same scenario, put the mouse inside of a bucket full of water and watched it swim, or use a safety pin full of light. How long you think the mouse swim with the light, with the safety pin full of light?
The same time frame? Okay.
36 hours.
36 hours?
36 hours. Because the light was his hope to win his freedom. That's why this book called Oprah Winfrey, The Hope to Win My Freedom. Yeah.
Damn, that's deep, man. And this focuses on, like you said, like George Floyd.
George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery. They the teachers in this book. Like, it's a kid that's going to school. And it's a slick story, man. It's real smooth. and it's salvation. Everything I got is coming with salvation, man. Not just our people, black people, but for all people, man, that's like going through a struggle, man. And this gonna help you overcome, you know. Give you install hope in our kids, you know.
We had one of my art exhibits right now that's live going on, and in the middle of this, my art exhibit is directing the form of healing and dealing with gun violence, and trying to reach our youth. I have a book called If Bullets Could Cry that I wrote while I was incarcerated, and I'm just breaking it down and giving you a formation of it in a way that you can receive it, hoping you can hear it and understand it through a bullet. I gave a bullet emotions and the ideology and perception and concept. You know, it take a person that been in the fire, you know what I'm saying? So I've been on the truth. I've been on both sides of the gun, you know what I'm saying? So, but sometimes as youth, we only look at the loss from the barrel. We don't look at the loss from the trigger. And as soon as you squeeze that trigger, you losing that same thing that you, upon laying on the person, for them to lose their life, you're going to lose your life too. So, and a lot of people that's incarcerated that really want to get the knowledge, sometimes they make mistakes while they're young, and they want to find a way to show remorse, but they don't have it because now they educated enough that they, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm here to try to give a bridge, build a bridge that wants to show remorse and forgiveness for you can grow. Anybody can do the act, but anybody can't suffer the consequences. So the consequences is more effective, and be conscious of the consequences. Even like Malcolm X, he said, it ain't a shame of being a black man going to prison. The shame of being a black man is coming out of prison and still having a criminal mind. So know the actions and know the consequences before you think of the consequences before you do the action. Actually, these the pages of the book that go all around. So I'm gonna just give y'all the short version. I'm gonna talk about this pain called Until It Hit Home, and the red, white, and blue walls behind it represent the American homes that the bullets come through and hit. And sometimes the bullets always land in our babies' hands. So that's why the bullet went through the glass and it came and shot the baby teddy bear head off and things like that, and the baby holding the bullet. It's called Until It Hit Home.
I do commercial art too, whatever art, but if you getting it from me, like I don't even know what I'm about to paint if I paint. So I'm really painting to your subconscious, in the knowledge that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like the knowledge that we weren't taught in schools, that we had to study, and I had to study and get the story, bring it back, and get it from a revolutionary or whoever, and did my own homework. But a lot of our people don't like reading books. A lot of people don't like reading books, so I tell it all in one picture. A picture says 1,000 words, you know. And that's what I try to do, to deliver that type of spirit in the art, you know.
So real deal, no inspiration, no people you were looking at as an influence. You just kind of started designing and creating these.
Yeah, I realized what was missing. I realized what was missing. Like if I look at a picture and what I want to paint, I want to get something beside the image itself out of it. You know what I'm saying? I want to get something I can feel taller about, you know what I mean? And I can walk away like, damn, I never knew that, or I learned that, or damn, that story was, you know what I'm saying? And shed light in ways that been covered up with so much dark. Like, I don't know if he showed you the George Stinney, the little dude sitting on the books in the electric chair. If I break it down, it's way deeper than you looking at it.
Yeah, talk about that.
Man, it's two paintings. Both of them is called "You Closet My Innocence." It's a little boy in the electric chair, and it's an elephant in the electric chair. Man, both of these stories is true. Man, a 14-year-old little boy, and it's an elephant in the electric chair named Topsy the elephant. Yeah, Topsy was supposed to be the first elephant that was born in America, but actually was kidnapped from Asia and brought to America. And once it got big and lost its beauty, they put it in a circus. And it was a girl elephant, but the original Topsy come from a slave from Uncle Tom's cabin. Yeah. And in the pain, you see her breastfeeding a white baby, knowing that her babies is in the back of the pain with the ball and chain, knowing that she got to get this baby the strength to slave her babies. Yeah.
Woo. Damn, that's deep, man. It's layers to your stuff.
Yeah. Then you see Thomas Edison taking a video of her getting executed. But Thomas Edison actually was the first person that created and built the electric chair. We know him for the light bulb.
Light bulb, yeah.
But he also created the electric chair.
They don't highlight that.
Yeah, they don't highlight that. He don't even want his name on it. But he put his I got footage and stuff that he recording. If you actually YouTube Topsy execution, you can see these people sold tickets to see an elephant get executed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it just go deeper in different pains, like you see Tasmania and stuff like that.
Yeah, I saw a nice variety of them for sure.
Yeah, I gotta come. I'm about to leave and go back after this interview and bring some more. You know what I'm saying? Like I got some other stuff like Sarah Bateman and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't want to hold you too long, man. Well, let them know, bro. Like if they would like to jump off into the writing or art field, you know, any like tips you can give them, because you started from scratch. Nobody kind of held your hand, you know.
It's just like if I was to teach art, if I had 100 people and teaching them art, you know how some people teach art and they'll have a painting or whatever and they like go around and everybody got the same painting. Nah, everybody have a different painting because it's about what you see, you know what I'm saying? And imperfections is true art. And imperfections is perfection. I can't mimic your signature, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nobody can. It's how you want a 10-year-old boy to look, even Bart Simpson, you know what I'm saying? For example, that's how they visualize Bart Simpson. So look at Bart Simpson, you know what I'm saying? That's how they look at it. So it's on how you look at it, and you got to be confident, artist confidence. Yeah. But I'm going to have you to unlock and tap into something that you don't even know. Like, I don't even know what I'm about to paint. I don't know what's going to come out, for real. I'm a student of my own work, you know. Yeah. But I really, for real, man, appreciate you giving me the opportunity to get my voice out, to even hear my story out, to talk about, even if it's emotional, to have some type of therapeutic for me, for my mental, because I've been denied mental health, you know what I mean?
Nah, real talk. The pleasure's all mine, for real. It's heart-touching, honestly, to hear, like, some of the chapters of your testimony, for real. Like, a lot of stuff you overcame, and you still under a lot of restrictions, but you persevered through it all, and keeping a positive mindset, you know, and you still showing love to the Lord, man. You feel me, through it all, bro. And I'm sure a lot of people want to be inspired by this, what you were saying.
No, I told God, though, if you get me out, I promise I'm going to let him know it's from you.
That's real.
Yeah, I promise I wouldn't. If I could write his name on it, God did it. Like illustrating Arthur, I'd say God instead of Vernon T. Bateman, you know what I mean?
That's real, 100, man. That's one. Well, shoot, any lasting words, any words of wisdom, encouragement you want to drop on the people, man? I know we didn't really get into how you actually got out, you know, but I know you under a lot of restrictions, but I'm sure we'll be able to tap back in. I know you got, you know, the exhibit to get back to.
I'm going to find a way to what's the name, man. I'm doing 5 shows in the month of February, man.
We had to link back up.
Yeah, I'm trying to show everybody I'm Black History, man. We Black History.
Oh, that's
man.
beautiful. Yeah. I ain't think about it like that. Yeah, this is like the perfect timing to do it, for
Straight
real.
Up,
although it's the shortest month of the year and all that, you know, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's all year long, bro. We had like any lasting words, anything you want. Anybody you want to shout out, all of that, man. The floor is yours.
Man. Yeah, everybody, man, that came to my shows, everybody that believe in God, man. Everybody that believe in like the fallen humanity, like I've tried to be the face for the fallen humanity, man. I've been broken, I've been put together, I've been got up and keep going, you know what I mean? And not to say y'all situations or struggles not less than man or whatever, but keep going. Don't give up.
That's 100, man. Well, a humble soul, we checking in, man. Vernon, I appreciate your time. Until next time, you know what I'm saying? We signing off. 100.
Peace.